Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jay, and today I have a really fun family-oriented recipe for you. I'm making my mom's crunchy granola. I called her this morning to tell her I was making it, and she was really excited. She's been making this for us kids for years. It's so easy, only a few ingredients. It makes a lot, and it's really, really great for families with children because it's just sweet enough for kids to be in, but it's a lot healthier than chips or cookies. And it's a great snack to hold you over if your kids are hungry, but it's not quite mealtime. Same for me. My dad loves it. He eats it like cereal, and it's a great snack, easy to make, to keep on hand. So we're gonna go through this. It's gonna be a really, really quick one. Here in this bowl, I have 8 cups of rolled oats, old-fashioned rolled oats. I get these from Aldi's, pretty cheap. And again, you want 8 cups of those. To that, I'm going to add the nuts that I want. And I am a big walnut fan, so here I have walnut pieces. I buy them in the bulk section at my grocery store, and they have both whole walnuts as well as walnuts in pieces, so that's what I'm adding. You really only want to add your nuts at this point. Anything that you're going to add other than that, chocolate chips, raisins, coconut slices, whatever you are interested in putting in your granola, you add those things at the end after you take it out of the oven, but the nuts you add in the beginning. So we're going to set that aside. In a saucepan, we're going to add half a cup of water. To that same saucepan, we're also going to add 1.5 cups brown sugar. I'm using light. You can use dark if that's what you have. You're going to add in some salt, probably about a teaspoon's worth. And then you're going to add in some vanilla. The recipe says 4 teaspoons, but you guys know me. I just kind of pour in the vanilla until my heart says stop. All right, and then all you're doing with this is heating it up on the stove until the sugar is dissolved. You could also do this in the microwave if that's easier for you. I prefer to do things on the stove. So it's only gonna take a few minutes. You don't wanna really boil it or anything. You're just dissolving the sugar into the water. All right, you guys, if you do choose to warm this up on the stove, you just have to be patient. It took a few minutes, and you can always tell if it's done or not because when you run your spoon along the bottom, that sounds really smooth, but if it sounds really gritty, like you're running it over sand, then your sugar has not yet dissolved. But this is nice and dissolved. It smells wonderful. That's the other thing that's so great about making this crunchy granola, because it makes your house smell so good. All right, so you've got your oats and whatever nuts you're including, and I'm just gonna kind of roughly incorporate those nuts throughout. And you can already tell just by looking at this bowl that this makes quite a bit of granola, which is nice. I'm gonna go ahead and get a wooden spoon out here, and I'm going to pour this syrup mixture over top of my oats and nuts. I usually do about half mix and then do the other half. And you're just trying to get the oats and nuts nice and incorporated with the syrup. And then I like to kind of try and bring what's at the bottom towards the top. And then you can go in with the other half of your syrup and finish it out. Oh, that smells so good. And you might feel like when you're getting ready to put your syrup on your oats and nuts, you might feel like you don't have enough syrup, like it's not going to be enough. I promise it is. This is all really nice and coated in the syrup. There's plenty. You definitely don't get left with that feeling that it's like too dry. It's the measurements for this recipe are really good. All right, so this is nice and combined. Over here I have 2 cookie sheets lined with parchment paper. And I'm just going to spread this out on the first cookie sheet. And this is crunchy granola, so I like my granola to be crunchy. So you really want this to be a thin layer. You don't want it to be heaped up in big piles because, you know, it won't evenly become crunchy. But you also don't want it to be too thin either. So like right here, when this is done baking and we kind of break these into pieces, this is obviously not going to be like nice chunks over here. So I am going to add in just a little bit more right here because I like my granola to be really like clustery and chunky. Okay. And then we'll add the rest to our second cookie sheet. Okay, this cookie sheet is smaller than the other one, so I'm going to put the rest of it on this one because that layer is a lot thicker than this layer, which is fine. All right, these are ready to go into our 275-degree preheated oven, and we are going to bake these for 45 minutes to an hour. And it's kind of really up to you and your preference. If you take them out at 45 minutes, then obviously they're going to be still crunchy and done, but if you leave them all the way until an hour, they'll be a lot crunchier. So it's kind of up to you and how you like your granola, what your preference is. But I'm gonna go ahead and get these in and I'll check them at the 45-minute mark. All right, you guys, this is all done. I tried to get it to where you can hear it. I'm not sure yet. I have to obviously edit it and see. But yeah, when it's cooling and resting, it like pops and crackles, and it's really fun. It's early, so it's really quiet in the house, and it was just really fun kind of puttering around and cleaning and listening to it pop and crackle. It was kind of nice. So anyway, this is done. I've been letting it cool now for about 20 minutes. It just needs to be cool enough for you to handle, so hopefully this is. I think it will be. And now it's kind of up to you to decide how big you want these clusters to be. Because this is all pretty much one big, well, actually that broke apart really easily. So we've got some clusters here, which I love. I like the clusters personally. There we go. So you can kind of break it apart yourself a little bit and get some bigger clusters. Some of it just crumbles right away, but some of it you can kind of control how big you want the clusters to be. So let me bring it in and show you kind of what we're looking at here. We've got some really yummy clusters here with some nuts in there, and it's got that glaze, that syrupy glaze on it that makes it nice and sweet. And that's everything that I want my granola to be. I like that it has a little bit of salt in there, and it's got the sweetness from the brown sugar, that hint of vanilla in there. This granola is just really, really good. So let's go ahead and try a piece here. Good cluster there. That's good and crunchy. Borderline too crunchy. I wouldn't have wanted to bake it any longer. I baked it for 50 minutes. At 30, I rotated the trays because I couldn't fit them both on the one rack, so I had one top, one bottom. So I rotated them at 30 minutes. So now I'm just transferring it all over to a container with a lid. That's your best bet for keeping this fresh. I am not exactly sure what to tell you in terms of how long this will store for. It has never lasted long enough for it to be an issue. I want to say probably about 3 months. I mean, all of your ingredients that you added into this are shelf stable on their own. So I imagine there'd be no problem having it around for about 3 months before it starts to kind of maybe get a little stale and not taste as fresh. But like I said, it's never lasted long enough for it to be a problem. We always eat it before it loses its freshness, or, you know, that would be a concern. So I'm going to go ahead and finish getting this into my container here. Okay, just for fun, I want to try this with some milk because my dad eats it like cereal, and I'm really curious to see how it holds up as a cereal, because it's, if I love cereal, but cereal as like an American is so bad for you. Oh my gosh, it's so bad for you. So I'm curious if I would like this as a cereal. Let's try it. I wasn't expecting to like it, and I like it a lot. Are you actually kidding me? This makes an excellent cereal. I'm like actually shocked right now. I love cereal. I eat a bowl of cereal almost every single day, and I feel guilty about it every time because cereal that you buy like from the store, like Post and Kellogg's and all of those are so bad for you. There is zero nutritional value, and they're full of sugar and so many like different processed, fake ingredients. This has what, 5 ingredients: vanilla, oats, brown sugar, water, vanilla, 5 ingredients, salt, 6 if you include salt. And that didn't get soggy. It was crunchy from first bite to last bite. Mind you, it was just a small bowl, but it was crunchy the whole time. That it was sweet enough to make me feel like I was eating a cereal. In the summertime, I'm definitely going to add like strawberries and blueberries and raspberries to that. Oh my gosh, that was so good. I'm literally going to include that in the title of the video, cereal substitute. And I'm going to start eating it like that. I mean, I've always eaten it like a snack, but I'm going to start eating it like a cereal. Wow. All right, and then I always just put them in a big container like this, and I leave it in the dining room table so that me and Tom can just grab it and snack on it whenever we want. So you guys, I really hope that you found this useful. I really, really hope you give this a try, either just as a snack or to use as a cereal, what have you. This is so yummy. My house smells so good. It's easy to throw together. Just a few whole ingredients, and you've got delicious crunchy granola. So thank you so much for hanging out with me today. It's Monday, so I hope that you guys have an awesome week, and I can't wait to see you next time. Be blessed. Bye, friends.